And now that we've done that, I have 4 patron presentations. And the first one coming to us is Mr. Damon Barone. Item number 4, 10, 6.7, and 7.
Greetings, Damon Barone, Alief ISD, parent, taxpayer, and alumnus. I want to discuss why I have and continue to have concerns trusting the leadership of Alief ISD and the school board. I have many examples to illustrate my concerns, but I will talk about my open records request for the school board's May 10, 2022 interview questions. On May 10, 2022, I did an open records request for any and all interview questions, matrices, and scoring rubrics used by the Alief board or board members during the interview process and selection process to fill Harvey Tong's vacated school board seat. After I filed an Attorney General complaint because I did not receive a response from the district within 10 business days as required by law, Alief ISD, specifically Craig Icorn, sent me an email on May 31st, 2022 stating the district conducted a thorough review of your request and found no responsive information to satisfy the request made on May 10th, 2022 at 5:30 a.m. Because I was one of the 5 school board candidates who submitted our names for consideration for the appointment to Harvey Tong's vacated position, I had also participated in the board's selection process, which I video recorded the public portion of the meeting held that day, where the school district's attorney, Jon Erik Nichols, and the school board's attorney, Lisa Renee McBride, discussed the interview process and the interview questions that were asked by the board to all 5 applicants. Here we are 3 months and 20 days later. I've gone through a level 1 grievance, gone through a level 2 grievance, gone through a level 3 grievance, filed multiple Attorney General complaints regarding this May 10th, 2022 open records request, and subsequently a complaint to the Texas Education Agency because you all want to continue lying about questions asked during an interview process, which my video recording shows you all discussed with all candidates, including myself. If the school board, district leadership, school district's attorney, and school board's attorney will continue to lie about something as simple and innocent as questions asked by the school board during an interview process and continue to use taxpayers' money paying legal fees trying to cover up those district lies, why should myself or any other parent, student, community member, or employee trust anything which the leadership of the district says or does? Which one of you wants to go on record right now live during this board meeting and say that there were no interview questions asked by the school board to candidates Neho, Manuel Grajeda, Randall Stewart, Damon Barone, and Janet Spurlock? Trustee Key, I invite you to come down to the podium and give another Damon Barone patron presentation speech like the one you performed during the October 15, 2019 school board meeting to discuss the district's legal fees and the Barone family's right to grieve the district and the school board. My family and I are taking the power of our voices back from the leadership of Alief ISD and rewriting the narrative that you all have falsely saturated into the ears of others about my passion of fighting for the district and our community. Damon Barone, Alief ISD parent, taxpayer, and alumnus.
Thank you, Mr. Barone, for your presentation. At this time, we have Dominique Barone, who has item number 4.
Well, thank you so much for being here tonight. We're getting ready to start the interview process. One at a time in the order in which the numbers that you drew. Just to give you a heads up, there are pre-prepared questions, and each board member is going to ask you a question for a total of 6 questions. The questions will be right in front of you in front of your seat, so you can, if you don't remember what they say, you can look down at the question. You're going to get some instructions from the board president when you first walk in, and that's that your responses to each question try to limit to 2 minutes. Board members are allowed to ask a follow-up question. The form of that question, so that you're not surprised, will be in response to question number 2, you said blank. Right. What did you mean by that? So that'll be the standard follow-up question. And then in response to a follow-up question, you can limit your response to 1 minute. That will be great. Because that'll allow us to get through these interviews. We know that this is a school night for everyone, so we want to be respectful of everyone's time.
Each board member, I think Lisa said this, each board member will ask the same question to each candidate as well. Mm-hmm. So the question that they ask one will be the question that they ask all 5.
And it's the same questions that follow. Now, we are going into closed session. Closed session is a confidential proceeding, so if you have any recording devices, we ask that you turn them off and you actually don't even bring them into closed session.
They don't put just leave them out here. We actually have an officer here, so you're not going to disappear. And likewise, I don't think that either of you will do this, but if you walk back out, don't tell the person the question for we're leaving back. Just like the old test exam.
Exactly. And all of these instructions that we just gave you, you're going to get again when you get in there, but we didn't want you to hear it for the first time once you got in there.
If I have any questions?
After hearing this audio recording of School District's Attorney Jon Erik Nichols and School Board's Attorney Lisa Renee McBride, which one of you wants to go on record and continue lying that there were no interview questions asked by the board to the 5 candidates on May 10th, 2022? We will
Barone.
yield the remainder of our time for a response from the board.
Thank you, Mr. Barone. Time is up.
No, it's not. I got 40 seconds.
Okay, so you would have to be there in silence since it was another name on this card. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's my daughter. I know whose name was on the card.
Ms. Williams?
Thank you for your response. Damon Barone, Alief ISD parent, taxpayer, and alumnus.
My apologies, Trustee Moreno,
It's
but I
okay.
wanted to make sure that he had his time, or his daughter had the time that was uninterrupted.
Yes, Ms. Williams, can you reread the initial instructions? Because on this posted agenda, this item is not on the posted agenda. So if you can reread that instructions of when board members are able to respond.
I would prefer to go ahead and yield the rest of the time to those members who were waiting for to speak. But
I'm just saying it's a few seconds, or maybe Attorney McBride can phrase that. Because there's nothing on the posted agenda that we're able to respond to the patron presentation that we could respond to. I mean, legally we could if it was on a posted agenda, but it's not an item on this agenda. Is that correct?
So with respect to public comments, you have 2 options. If the public comments are related to a posted agenda item, you can respond. If they're not related to a posted agenda item, the board can't respond because it's not allowed to deliberate on anything that's not posted, except you can make a short factual recitation either of the law or policy, or refer the citizen to another procedure to avail themselves of assistance.
Okay. Thank you.
so, Trustee Moreno, so if I understand correctly, the point was, though the presentation may come before us, let it be very clear that the board cannot respond to anything that is not on the posted agenda, which is why there's been no response to those comments.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So at this time, we're now ready for Ms. Natasha Butler to speak on items number